Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Never can tell. Hope everything's working. And that's why I need this time to just to see whether or not everything is actually working. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're just gotta get started. Once again, let's see. Where is it? Stream mode. There you go. Okay. I think I got everything. Howdy, howdy. Can you watch for like 5? Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, it's time for that. Oop, okay. Welcome. A little bit weird. Okay, I'm good. Let's see. That guy's in. You're always watching. You're always watching. Okay. How you guys doing? I never know how to open these things. Usually wait for someone to spark something. What's today? Day before Valentine's Day. I actually made something for that, but I'm gonna, I already made it yesterday, so I'm gonna post it tomorrow. So, already ahead of that. Yeah, there you go. Hi, Tamiko. There's an honorable mention in Top 25 Ponies. Yes, yeah, I watched that. I actually usually I just kind of go to the description and just look through all the lists and like the links and then see like, oh, like check that to see if I'm on there. I was like, oh, and the last one, it's like, yeah. So I just kind of timestamp to like when I see like, oh, that's me. So that was really sweet. I really like that. That little shy had a nice, weird personal message to me in the channel. So that was really fun. It's like I made it somewhere. Obviously, there was a lot of better artists last year, so I felt like I was, yeah, he said I was very consistent, so I agree with that. That I had pretty much the same style and consistency. I had consistency, so there we go with that. But yeah, that was really great. Can't really say, much of you guys are part of that. Specifically anyone in there. Otherwise I would have said like, you guys are great too, but I don't know if you're outside of that, so. But anyway, to everyone else, you guys are great. Solidarity was a really fun project to work on, even though I only worked on it for like 3 months, off and on. So maybe like only a week worth of work, but anyway, it was really fun to work on that, so. I'd say thank you for the opportunity, but I kind of invited myself, so. But yeah. There's a lot to do with this project. Maybe we should start going on that. Hello, Dragon. We can watch what we got so far. It might be slightly laggy, but here we go. So we're on Sweetwell and Apple Bloom tent trip. We got up to here where they start walking and then they disappear, kind of a thing. So, still a lot more parts to this. I can do the storyboards. So after they walk in, which we got about halfway through this walking, then I think I'll have them walk into the tent or like get into there, and then the fire has to turn on. So we'll have to. I don't know why I always say we, but it's always me. Have the fire turn on, and then roast marshmallows or something, whatever, and then they go back into the tent. Bloom then puts the fire out, and then the fire like stops or like smokes out, and then it resets, and then it starts again. So the concept is that it's like a whole day's worth of like them being outside, but then it keeps looping over and over. Excuse me. Hello, musical. Doing good. That wasn't your question, but anyway. So we got to halfway into here. I think we stopped because it was. Rarity has bee stings, so I had a lot of like little pimples onto her. But this blue circle is my body master. So like when I move this, it'll like move everything else that it's connected to with the linking. So all these little lines that are like making it like a tree or like links. It's like, I know, more into 3D with like, oh, if you parent something, then it'll move, and like if a hand is a child of an arm, then the parent arm will move the child hand, but you can move the hand independently. So that's what this kind of system allows you to have some flexibility. So I do, especially with animation, it's like, oh, I just need to, instead of doing all these columns of frames, if I have something that will connect to everything else, then I can just animate this going up and down, or like having one keyframe to like move everything helps a lot. It just clears up the timeline, but it basically just doesn't allow us to probably put this on a different layer. Clears up the timeline so you can have different options to move forward with. This is not good. Might have to relink it, or I could just keep going with this. Now I'm having trouble. I think last time I did it halfway. Now I'm not sure. Remember how I did it, but I think it should actually just work. Probably don't have to put it on a different layer. I think it'll work. Yeah. Okay. So walk cycle is 16 frames long on both ends. So let's find out where the ending is. Get rid of these because they'll still need to exist afterward. Let's see. They're legit. I'm trying to get them to walk, or at least figure out how to make them better walk. Because right now you can sort of just see everything's in a weird place. There you go. But it's kind of doesn't have enough like bobbing up or down motion that regular walks have more animation to them. So she got stung by bees. It could be some allergy thing. Whatever it'll be. Maybe we'll add some bees, you know, before this, so like somewhere in here, bees can like travel across. Let's see. Let's maybe just quickly do that. So maybe here we'll have like, how would you know it's a bee? Maybe it's a little yellow dot. Does it need everything to look like it? Like, does it need a wing? And then we can have the wing flap, kind of like that arcade twin bee or something. Okay, and then that's already making it look good, or not. There we go. Nearly black. That's a bee. A really small bee. And then we need one of it up. So we'll flip these upside down and then move them downward. Basically, it'll just go back and forth between these two and flap really quick. We can slow that down. Maybe on 2s. Here we go. Let's do it on 3s, see if that works. It's a bit choppy. But that's okay. Oh, want it a little smaller. They wouldn't have the stingers because they already stung rarity, right? Just want to add some, not an antler, but like a thing to show where its head is, basically. So, okay. Let's rename this. Forget I should call it just B, and then I can have... Oh, that was freaky. I heard something outside, and it almost sounded like a bee traveling by, and it actually scared me. But I think it's a big truck or something. It's still going past. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's... I don't know. Don't know what that is. Should we do layers? So I got this bee swarm. It's not a couple more, like they're just travelers, or... I don't know why I wanted to put them in little, like a bird formation where they make little arrows or something like this. That's a lot of bees. Then outside we could have fun and tint them to be a different color. It's maybe something good. Color. No, I'll just leave it. I'll probably do all the coloring later. Alright. Alright. Oh, I actually totally forgot that Music Man was legit. Okay. I was like, it sounds like a cooler name, but yeah. Musical Man. Someone said they should... Oh, I got... They don't because it's all on one frame. How long was it? I can use my fancy dat to see 6. So I can choose maybe these ones to start a little bit later. These can start. Maybe not. They don't want to. 4. 1's good. And then 5. It's not taking my numbers. There we go. Now they should be flopping like that. Yeah. All right. All right. I guess like saying legit is a little bit harder to like phonetically say. But that's the only reason. So, okay. Let's move the bees and then we'll tween them. We'll tween bees. What do we do? Above. And then out. And then... Meow. It's pretty much sort of what I want, but like maybe a little better. Meow. Meow. Can't really see them flapping that much, but I think it'll work. And then they walk in. Okay. It's in fast motion too, so that helps. Okay. So when I get those bees in there, what else are we doing? I was working in 3D earlier today, so a little bit harder to get back into 2D, you know. It's like I just want to rotate around this whole scene, is like make sure everything is working right. Now it's like I can't. So let's see. How are we gonna do this? I forget whether or not if you just move this inside, it does not. Okay. That'd be a neat feature of if inside of the symbol, if you have a shape that's linked to it, you could inside it have a bunch of frames of it moving around, and then the outside it'll do that transition or translation, but you know, it's not how that works. Alright. Soft smell. There's a whole bunch of people. Like, when's the last time, Princess Padra, or like other people I don't remember, and I keep trying to move this over. Yeah. Like they were semi-regulars, Yeah, soft smell was I feel like these are off. That's why. This is a even, this is an odd. That's why it's not working. So I could just set this back to 1, 1, 7, 7. There we go. Okay. Set that up right. Now with the master, we don't have to worry about them being out of sync. That also helps. So that I can do more complicated. You can have like a motion of something happening on like the body scale, and then as it moves, you can then keyframe individually, like an arm moving as it's translating. So helps with that as well. I think I might just make this into its own, a new copy that only has just a walk. I think that might work better, because then I can just cut back and forth between it and just make one cycle, and then I can copy that. Because otherwise I was gonna do something for like a second and then copy those over and then copy paste them over and over for like 5 seconds. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna make it one backpack walk. Now this is a completely different version of what I was working with earlier, but now I can get rid of all the frames before it. Go back, set it to 1. Probably should also set this to be guide, so that'll make it invisible on the outside layer, but I can still see it on the inside. Not delete it. There we go. And then for the 16 frames, get everything else out. And then I can just work on this and make sure that this works, and then on the outside I'll loop, and then it'll work longer. Probably do that for rarity too, but make sure one of these bases work first. So, but yeah. Let's see. Do they have a video coming out tomorrow? No. The monthly 1 to 2 minute Derpy videos are on hiatus for now, so sorry if you were expecting those, but just not able to have time to work on the movie and then basically everything else that I'm working on. So unfortunately that's going to be on the back burner to not be a priority for right now. So there is no video for tomorrow. All the regular video uploads are going to be the movie, and then I'll have the shorter content on like Twitter and like these live streams. There's a lot of text. Let's see. It's not as much, yeah. Hi, Sammy. That's cute emoticon. This is oh, cool. Hi. Welcome. So now there's a little bit more of a whoop. More of a skip to it now. Gonna move her down. Swoop. Swoop. Swoop, whoop, whoop. 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 Some new sound effects. Sound effects work better to get the motion of it. Whoop, 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 whoop. I see ya. Let me just get to here. And then, here we go. So now it just skips. Get rid of the storyboard. And then, there we go. So now it's just like bobbing up and down more. And because we did it on the loop, as it keeps going, it like refreshes it back to like the beginning, and then the beginning, and then the beginning, kind of a thing. So, alright. Okay. Sonic movie, yeah. Gonna go to the Sonic movie on like next Tuesday. It's like our theater has a thing of like half price tickets on Tuesdays for whatever reason. I guess that's probably like their lowest time, so, or like least occupancy. So I want to get something out of that. Let's see. But yeah, I watched the Detective Pikachu in the movie in theaters, so not too different. Try to be fairly spoiler free, but I think it's gonna be fairly. I'm sure I could like predict what's gonna happen in it. That I'm not really, concerned about it being, wholly original. But I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Sorry, I had to like figure this out. Okay. Ooh, no. Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow, but I'm gonna watch it next week. Some of the reviews are fake for memes. Ah, great. I'm sure that happens with everything. Like no matter what it is, someone will troll it or however. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good, but it's like I'm not. Like I thought Detective Pikachu would be like amazing, and it like was. So it's gonna have to be a little bit more amazing Detective Pikachu now to make me happy. That's gonna be pretty tough to do now. Don't plan to see it. That's alright. It's for video games in the big screen. I know. And it seems like they're probably gonna do like the Smurfs or like the Alvin and Chipmunks, like the reboots in 20s and 10s, where it's just like, well, we got a cartoon character in a real world. Whoa, that's pretty wacky. Let's show the Smurfs how to play Guitar Hero. That's relevant. See, my kids played, the Guitar Hero, so I'll put that in the movie to make sure that they're happy. Stuff like that. It's just like so, like trying to be hip. And it's like it's not. I'm sure it'll be some other parts like that. Yeah, exactly. I just read your Smurf thing. Yeah. It's kept the original design. Interesting. I think you're in a little bit of minority with that. What's successful was Prince of Persia. Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah. Resident Evil. Yeah, some of those, they have enough material or like enough lore that is like pretty much like with Prince of Persia or whatever, Resident Evil. It's like they have enough like Indiana Jones style of movie that it's like, well, how does this guy gonna do in this situation? And it can feel like it's the same kind of series. Those kind of work better. And obviously they perform better that way too, is because they have a format where usually in-universe work better with video game movies, but you know, not all the times, like the Mario Brothers. That didn't turn out the best. Well, let's see. In Pokemon first movie. Oh, that got bigger international. First movie, very successful, yeah. Did Sonic do a Fortnite dance? Oh man. Looking forward to that then. I'm sure it'll be fine. Boop boop. Where do I deserve the list? Other than Prince. Okay. Resident Evil such 17 words. Yeah. I've never really seen any of those that you talked about, but I'm sure I have a feeling of what kind of style it'll be. But yeah. Like the modern, like, let's bring a classic cartoon or whatever into the real world. Smurfs and Alvin and Chipmunks, like, they don't really, even like Hop, like, those don't really, not really interested in those kind of stories, you know? I don't know. Something about it is, like, not really interesting. Like, yeah, you can have Yogi Bear, or, what was it? Oh, remember, like, the Rocky and Bullwinkle? Like, 2000s or, like, 90s movie? That was great. Already. Walk Master. Remember, like, liking that as a kid. Pretty sure it doesn't hold up as well as I think now. I think that was like the first one, or like the first of that kind that I probably saw. Where they literally are using a classic character and put him into the real world or New York or whatever. I think it was Vancouver or Chicago. I don't know. But it was like real world, and it's like, wow, this is cool. Like their 3D designs are really faithful to like the cartoon. So it's like that was really cool. Yeah, it's one of my faves. Yeah, the other ones like Smurfs and Alvin, they don't really. As a story work. It's hard to explain because they're a little bit different, but I think, yeah, just trying to like shoehorn like as many pop culture references or like trying to give it to kids never really turns out well. I'm sure we're going around in circles, but that's what I do. Why did that work? I think there's this. Yeah, there's an outline underneath it, but I can't get to it. Ah. Okay. I'm not sure how the Bullwinkle roll or the Rocky Bullwinkle worked better. It's been like 20 years, I don't remember. Because I'm gonna look up what the year live action Bullwinkle came out. So I feel like it was late 90s. So I have to still be a kid to enjoy it. Let's see. Basically, I'm going to do the same thing again, but rarity. But she's not going to like have as much of a skip as Sweetie Belle did. So basically, just gotta keep her head in a fairly central place. Like this might only be like the most toppest position she'll be. So if you don't know exactly what I'm doing, I'm like keyframe this circle that's like linked to all the other layers, and then I'm just keyframing those. And if I need to have like more motion to it, then I can have more keyframes down here for all the rest of it to like add more bits to it. Works better when there's like facial expressions to change. Like if I need to change her blink timing, then I can have her each keyframe have her head move, but then I can also have her eyes have free time to add keyframes there. So allows for more flexibility and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, Street Fighter. What's a DLA movie? Oh yeah, okay. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. So following the legs to see about where she puts one of her legs down, so I'm gonna bring her body down. She should go up. And then up, up. Almost there. Not quite following what I was doing earlier, so I'm not sure what I had before. Let's get it back up. And then basically I need to clear that. Yeah, might have to clean this up a little bit, so sorry about that. It's really gonna be Minecraft, MGS, and Tetris. Yeah, I've heard of MGS. Would Tetris just be like the Pixels movie? I mean, like it seems to already be existing. I mean, we got the Playmobil movie, so I'm sure nothing's really off the cards. But yeah. I think something happened where, I know it did happen where the Five Nights at Freddy's was going to be a movie, but something happened in production and now it's the Banana Splits, of all things, being like scary robot murders. So, not sure how that happened. Doesn't seem like the most best use of an IP. At least to change it to something different. So now it's just like a scary robot eat children, but they're all played by teenagers, so they can't get the kid. Well, there was a kid. I don't think the kid explodes though. But anyway, has an interesting, different appeal, I guess. I should figure out what I'm talking about. Okay, hello guys. Wizard 45. Oh, okay. American movie about paper derpy? Oh, that's me. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's going along. Probably not as fast as I want. Because I would have wanted that to be coming out like, obviously, like a year or so after I did that teaser. So, now it's been like 2 or 3 years. It's a little disappointing. So hopefully it'll be worth the wait, and I think you guys will like it. I'm sure one of you guys will like it. What am I saying? Let's see. Yeah. And again, with some people are still like commenting about it that they don't understand a lot of the things. So, I might have deleted the animation that I had earlier. So that's a shame. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I don't have a backup of that, so. And to undo everything would be pretty bad. So what happened was, I had a symbol that was separate from the walking one. The walking one had everything before it and walking, and then I made a duplicate of it. But then I went to the original one that had everything and then deleted it. So I had some animation in there. Maybe during not on stream I can redo it. I think for now you guys just want me to continue with this. So yeah, something like this where I think I still have this, but the other Sweetie Belle's animation is gone. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. If it was like a major thing, I'd be more upset, but it's like, yeah, it's still a lot. Okay. We'll keep going. Okay. I know exactly how that happened, is the problem. Pay attention to you guys, you know, and, yeah, you're to blame. No, it's, yeah, you get complicated with symbols, because they're not exactly how you think they work, unless you know how they work, then they're exactly how they work. But, why don't I just copy the legs over? That's a good idea. Here's that. Here's that. Here's that. And here's that. So, okay. So, that doesn't work. Okay. We should be back up to speed with rarity. And Sweetie Belle now has the backpack version of that, but let's probably make this a duplicate. Let's duplicate this, and then the two, I guess. But I think inside of her head has animation, so I'll be able to use this as a reference. So that's good. That's good. Okay. My weird filing and symbol structure of having her head be a part of its own symbol actually came in play. There we go. That's good. Okay, so what's next? Oh dear. So I think I'm gonna have them go from here, and then they're gonna like emote and then go back inside the tent, and then there'll be a lot more time in here where I think I didn't add time here because I didn't see that. There we go. Everything's messed up. But I can do it. We got this. Okay. This is just a huge file to work with. Then a lot of complexities, much more complexity than not really what I'm used to, but it's just like trying to do it all at once in live and having my brain split up between 7 different ways with all you guys. It's such a small, like, 1 second thing of a timeline to change that I'm not that worried about it. But that happened. Now I'm more cautious. Let's see. So I'm going to take extra precautions and make everything a different duplicate. Just to make sure. Okay. Okay. Let's change this back to 1 and then it swaps. Okay. We should be good. Unless her head starts at there. Okay. So I might want to make a new head duplicate. Call this 2. And then Now that I've duplicated it, I feel safe to be able to do this. So, there we go. And this will be like a short thing here. Or it'll just emote for something real quick. So let's see. Can I hear myself through my other headphones? Yes, I was. There we go. Hope you weren't able to hear that too much. Okay. Sonic movie. I thought there was like a 90s Sonic movie, like an OVA or something. Like the first anime Sonic movie. I think I really watched like clips of that, or like the famous scene of like Sonic meeting with Metal Sonic, and it's like, oh, you're me. And it's like, no, I'm not. That whole thing. What'd you miss? A lot of extreme technical things that I probably won't be able to explain in the time that I have allowed left. But yeah, some things are going good, and then I deleted some work. So now you're caught up. Let's see what your link is. There you go, the OVA. Haha. Let's see. Yeah, the one with Knuckles in a hat. Yeah, there you go. Sonic-'s Hedgehog. Wow, okay. Let's see. Here we'll have... I'll start the animation over going just like sad, I guess. If I ever make Derpy continue to do parody of OVA with Derpy. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, I sort of did that, but I kind of did it in the way of... Our original thought process for the Halloween one was that it was going to be more akin to like Mario Sunshine with like Shadow Mario. Where like Shadow Mario did something bad off screen, and then the townspeople think that Mario did it. Kind of a short thing. I see more comments. Ooh. But I think that'd be fun. They're not that good. I think we found some outliers, exceptions. I think in the comments you guys said a couple of them. So this is the other alternate way to keyframe this, where I literally make a keyframe every other frame for every shape, every layer. When you zoom in, you can move things smaller increments for whatever reason. Okay. Probably should have maybe a head change. I think it'll be fine unless the other one is using it. Sounds weird, but it's like, yeah, the other version of her might be using this head. So I'm going to duplicate it and make sure it's B's 2. Okay. And then set this to 1. And then resync everything else to be also there. Flash is great. I'm sure it takes a lot more time to get used to, or like the initial how do things work is very confusing. But once you like understand like the principles of how things work, then it becomes like easy to just go in and start like adding keyframes like this. But if you're a novice, like how even animation in general works, then Flash might be a bit too technical, I might think. As you see, like just trying to do like a complicated animation like this is very clumsy to work around. Alternate solution might be to like make these into either different scenes or different files, so then you don't have to worry about these duplicates, or like, because I'm using the same characters and reintroducing them and taking them out, because I'm keep using the same model. That's where a lot of this gets complicated. If I didn't have to do that, or if I made these on ones or refrain and like redraw it, then that'll like eliminate 80% of the technicalities of what I'm trying to do with those. So let's see. I think we're trying to retell the Sonic story. Yeah. Yeah, again, I only watched like a bit of it, or like, you know, the more YouTube-y clips parts, I guess. Haven't like sat down and like just watched it. I'm gonna have her go back, actually, and go and change what she's gonna do. So this will be her big up. And then I can go up. But yeah, if you're learning animation, this style, it looks easy to do, but like under the hood stuff of like, you actually have to know a lot of like under the hood stuff to like understand what's going on to be able to do it. I'm not quite happy with this frame, so I'm gonna delete it. So yeah, weird tangent, but I guess if you want to be an animator, I would suggest to start with stop motion. Stop motion is just when you have live action, and then you get a camera that can take individual pictures, which is 90% of them, and then you just have like a set. Usually you can have like toys, and then you take a picture, and you move to the toy. They always say like, oh, just move the camera slightly. But usually you want to like figure out like if something needs to move fast, figure out like what your frame rate is, and then like interpolate what kind of motion blur you want out of it. But usually in general, they would say just move things very slightly. But you can do like big motions pretty quick, like with this. If I did it like slightly, then none of this could happen. So, but yeah, just in general, to move things small increments works better. I'm gonna get rid of these frames, and I probably don't need these. But yeah, one here. Just add like some arc to it, so it'll be like whoop, whoop. Adds more anticipation. And then figure out where to go from there. So you usually have to zoom in. Just to soften it out. There we go. All right. All right. So much is really good starting. Argue with a harsh master. I would say so, yeah. Because you literally had to like set up. If I had to like do stop motion of this scene, I would have to like make like 10 different dope sheets of like 10 different timelines to figure out what each individual, like essentially like make each layer here as each of these on different colors mean a different layer. So the trees would be a different layer, then like the sky, and then that would just be really complicated. And you had to do like expose it pretty much the final frame in one go. So that's the only turn off with that, is that once you get like more and more complicated of like what you want out of it, more characters, more stuff happening at the same time, you wouldn't literally have to figure out everything beforehand. At least to have some kind of plan before you go in, and then you might be able to continue from there, you know, or at least to then move forward with it. where with this I'm able to obviously go back in time to wherever I want and then change things. So, because everything's on a different layer, so I could have the, you know, this be in a completely different place and then just keyframe it. But with stop motion, you're literally taking in still life. You're not able to like individually pick up bits and then move it over. Not yet with the, I'm sure it's some technology you could, but to like do that over, expose that over like 100 frames, that could be quite tedious, and rotoscoping is not the most fun thing in the world to do. Rotoscoping is where you would literally have to use a different kind of technology to like trace around this part, make it perfect, and then you're able to like isolate it. So, but it's that trying to trace it perfectly, and if it's live action with more complicated bits or like hair, that's the worst. It's essentially like making it like a blank, like an empty slate or something. So you can like do green screen or whatever else you need to do to it. So people have to do rotoscoping when like the green screen or blue screen might not have worked as intended. Where I think even like in some of the Marvel movies, like they have blue screens, but then they also have like a blue alien. So I don't know how they do that. So wouldn't I really have to like rotoscope perfectly around the blue head's head, and then for every frame of that, track it. Instead of just having, you know, the alien's like head be a different color, or at least have the blue screen not be blue screen. But yeah, that doesn't seem fun. Okay. Let's get to timeline. Storyboards out. So they're gonna be exposing for a little bit longer, and then basically we'll have to add a couple more seconds here, and then time for him to walk away, and then time here, and then I was thinking we could figure out, I guess maybe next time we'll have to figure that out, of adding apple bloom. So it'll go away, and then somehow they have to get into this position. How do we get from here to here? It's gonna be tricky. We could start thinking about that now, but it might be probably better once we get to it. Hopefully I'll be able to get them inside the tent this stream. Don't know anything about that, especially spend a lot of time not really knowing what I'm not able to concentrate well. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, they walk like from the tent to here. They just walk. That works. Like, how do they get the fire started? How do they get the pillows? How do they get the hair bell? How do we get the marshmallows out? And then all that. And then they just leave and go back, and then apple bloom comes back to water, and then water comes out. And then it's morning. So, okay. Let's see. I don't quite get it there. Let's see. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. They stop around there. So, let's keyframe them to walk back in. Okay. So, might be able to just get him back to backpack 1, but she doesn't have the walking, so I'll have to add that later. So rarity, we can do rarity. So if we go back to 1, let's see. Do. Maybe I should bring them back to Because I don't have them walking like this. Maybe I can just achieve this. Yeah, I'll bring it back to walking might work. Backpack walk. Step 1. And then from here, this is fast motion. So it's just gotta go inside the tent. Let's see. I can't really see with the storyboards. So, boop, boop, boop. And then there. Scooter belt's gone. And then Rarity's ready to walk inside. Okay. And then need more time here. Just one more frame. And then Rarity's gone. Okay. And then next time I'll have to figure out what happens here. I know you can't see that. What happens here? Nothing happens and then they get to here. I had an idea, but if you had any other or alternatives, I'll be welcome to hear about that. But for right now, I'll probably get a not do that. I'm gonna have to clean and redo the animations that I've actually deleted, as well as clean up other stuff along the way, just so we don't have to slog through all of that on live stream, so you don't guys have to worry about that. So probably get up to like where we are. So all the way up to here, I'll probably get all the animation cleaned up, and then for next stream, I'll have up to here rest to do. So probably be a little longer than what we have here, but yeah. Yeah, you won't have to suffer much longer. I can show what we got. Probably should get rid of the storyboards so you guys can focus. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna let it loop a couple times so I'll read your stuff. Let's see. It looks. Yeah. Obviously, I'll stop the trees and get everything ready and make the sky better, and then I do the marshmallows and then it's daytime again. So, so right there she does something and then walks off. So, thankfully, Apple Bloom. I didn't delete Apple Bloom's animation there. So, happy with that. So it's nearly there. Just like 2 or 3 bits, but I know I'll have to animate the fire, as well as the whole camp. Well, I guess the whole thing is a camp, but the marshmallow cookout thing. Probably play out with some of the more timings of it, as well as some other stuff. Probably get the sky and the sun to be more accurate than having the sun always be in that same position. So it'll be like dusk around there, so the sun will probably be on the opposite side around here. So anyway, good on time. There we go. So and some music. Let's see what that is. Somehow my links for like YouTube's don't work. Like it wants to like go to like a YouTube studio with that link. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it keeps going there. I'll have to check it later. But I'm sure it's probably good. I never really tend to have like music in these. Music is when I put them into the shorts. I can go to shorts time. Thank you guys for watching. Content's over. But now we got the real content. This is where you guys, you know, don't want to miss this. Sorry, you can. Okay. But yeah, I usually just like edit the music and sound effects into the shorts videos. It's like the volumes and 3s and 4s whatever I have now, those have added sound. I don't know why. Like when I upload it to like DeviantArt, like an initial ones, I'm usually just so tired and exhausted from like animating it that it's just, I don't want to find, you know, copyrighted music or even free music is is never really gets the right mood exactly. And then sound effects are harder too. Oh, King of Hill, yeah, because all the fast travel motion. Yeah, all right. But that's what I mean. It won't line up exactly with the timing, and I'm really always a stickler for that, where it's got to be frame perfect. So, usually I do the video first, and then I do the audio afterward. But I know that some people, like actual major animation studios, would either start to write music as a storyboard phase, or if there's actually like a real song, they might just make the whole song first and then animate to it. But no, I'm not doing a you know, a musical, which would have like lyrical and how to have perfect timing, you know. So I feel that a less requirement to make sure I have the music beforehand. Usually, music is my least strong suit, however you say that. It's not my strong suit. So usually I'm very stickler of like, it has to be like frame perfect, to like the beats have to match what's going on. So if I have the music, or like if I make the music first, or even just line it up with your one you suggested, I might not be exactly happy with it. But anyway, let's see. Thank you, Ralex. You are too. Thank you. What else? It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. I made a short, like literally like 2 or 3 second loop that I made yesterday. So I'll just post that tomorrow morning. On my socials. I could put it on my YouTube community. That'd be fun too. But I'll put it definitely my Twitter. And then maybe my DeviantArt. Usually I don't do that. But yeah. So good thing I got that done. That's a done thing. I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. But yeah. The rest of this stuff, yeah, I told you about the movie that I've started part 2. I started to redo a couple of the 3D models that I'm not wholly in happy with. There was some weird geometry in some of the train parts that it's like, can I redo that? And it's like, yes I can. So here I am, making a completely new pretty much set at this point. It's making more things consistent between the 2D and 3D versions. All that stuff. For his family watch it. Thank you. Don't need to do anything with it, but yeah, I think my videos have a wide appeal, so hopefully your family will like it. Yeah. If you're watching the movie, let them know that it's the first part. That's not it. I know people are still confused about what's even going on. So that's normal. I didn't actually provide actual clues to be able to figure out everything that is presented. So, okay, that's good. But yeah, good thing that the story time book part is not wholly important or like important to the rest of the plot. It's more just the setup to say like the blue diamond is important. That's basically what it's saying. So even if you don't know what's every frame in that book really means, then you'll still enjoy what the rest of it is. So, and then I'll have in like part 3 or so, I'll have another storytime part, and that'll probably confuse you more, but it's to provide more context, to provide like a different perspective to the first part. So, hopefully that'll be fun to watch with that. And then there's going to be like 8 parts that I've set up, that range from oh, sorry, thanks, sorry. That range from like, well, I guess I can look it up. And then the first part was like almost 2 minutes. Let's see. I have my notepad for chapters. So prologue was 1 minute 30 seconds. I think I lengthened it a little bit. So that's like 140 or 50. Part 1 or chapter 1. Probably have to rename these. So part 2 is around 1 minute and 6 seconds. Part 4, I'm skipping around. Part 4 is like 30 seconds, and then part 7 is 2 minutes, and then part 8, the final, is like 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, for right now, with just the base storyboards, they're not animated. Obviously, but yeah, that's the base timing for them. So the range of how long each of them will be is quite severe. So like part 4, that's 30 seconds, might take like a couple weeks maybe to do, while the 2 minute one might even take like 2 months. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what I'm going on. Hopefully to do it in a year might be a little tough, but I'm sure I'll get most of it done this year. That's the plan, is to get most of it done this year. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing these other side projects and making sure that I have enough time to work on it, so then it'll also come out in a good time. So to do the monthly Derpy videos has proven to be bad for time management. So, or I can't work on a monthly holiday basis, as well as getting the whole movie done. So, will a pick? What kind of pick? I'm not sure what you mean, but the yeah. So right now the base time thing, how long it'll be, is around 10 minutes. So I doubt it'll be shorter than that, but it'll definitely be longer than that, but not like by too much, unless I add a lot more, or fan reactions want me to add more bits to it, or like slow things down, stuff like that. Yes, I'm actually looking at my desktop, and I have that picture right there. So it's a nice GIF. It'll be an animated GIF that we'll have tomorrow. So watching it from the future, too bad. You have to like scour through a lot to find it. Anyway, I think that's about it. So we'll have time to work on the cleanup that I was thinking about. So for next time, it should just be working on what we should be working on, like, which is parts that we haven't animated yet in the timeline. So, I'll do the boring bits and like redoing bits in the meantime. So, I think that's about it. So, thank you guys for watching again. Truly appreciate you guys. I don't know how to say that more sincerely, but yes, you guys are the best. Let's see. Eyes are black. That is the art style. It is based on Paper Mario. If you look up Paper Mario, their eyes are little black ovals. So it's a essentially the same puppets that I've been using in the older videos. If you're a newer fan, you won't exactly recognize it, but like from 2015 to 16 or 17, I was using those kind of Paper Mario style models. So in later chapters, there'll be more evidence of like more 3D, and then it'll feel more like how the games look. So I'm trying to make the 3D look 2D, and then the 2D look like 3D. So this is quite a big of a challenge, as I'm not the most professional 3D modeler. So even what I made today, it's like that doesn't look good, but it'll be fine. It's a small background detail, so hopefully it'll just create that GameCube-esque low poly charm. Yes. You guys are. Gotcha. Yes, it goes both ways. I mean, button eyes are cute as well. But then they won't fit in exactly. I know there's characters in Paper Mario that have sclera. But the way that I'm kind of going down this track is a little bit too far now to change it. So, yes. Yeah. See you guys next week. Is what Cookie said. But yeah, you too, guys. But yeah, thanks for that. That clarification. I would think that Paper Derpy will be. Hopefully, I thought that would be somewhat of a giveaway. Now I'm learning that that's not. So definitely next parts there'll be more gags that rely on them being flat. And that happens like in chapter 8 or something. But yeah, there'll be okay, good. There'll be more gags like that where things might happen that rely on them being flat or having the environment be much more rendered than the characters. Yeah, there's a gag that I'm waiting to do that I'd already actually set up in After Effects before I moved to Blender for the 3D parts. I was gonna do all the 3D parts in After Effects using the classic 3D, which very limited me. So I'm glad that I was able to move on to a bit more powerful software with Blender to be able to actually 3D model things. But yeah. Yeah, there's a part that it's like one of my favorite jokes in it that I hope to animate a little better. But yeah, I think the rest of it, overall, I think it's a very fun project to work on. So I'm glad that I'm actually able to like devote more time to it. Of course, at the cost of a lot more content. But yeah, that's my heater. It's kind of loud, so I think that's a weird sign to say that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you again. Yeah, you guys are great. And also thank you for if you voted for me in the any of the top 10 videos. I know that there probably won't be as many this year, just because of the nature of how I'm doing these. But I hope that I don't know how to end that. I'm glad that you like my work. There you go. Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.